Automation Scheduler for Service Automation Workflows. In this session, we will be talking about Automation Scheduler feature for service automation workflows. Summit AI, Service Automation helps in creating an automated workflow for managing, configuring, and executing complex interconnected systems, application, and processes. You all must be wondering what an automation scheduler is and what is its purpose. So, let's get started. An automation scheduler is a system that initiates the workflow automatically without any human intervention when the scheduler or time conditions are met. This feature automatically triggers the workflows for the scheduled job based on the defined conditions. Few examples like helps in scheduling the repetitive automation jobs for infrastructure and applications such as executing regression suite or employee onboarding. It aids in the reuse of the automation workflows in multiple schedules for an effective automation management system. The current market challenges in service automation are intensive efforts for both technology and design on the automation workflow enablement, high chances of errors due to human intervention, challenges in interconnecting processes and systems in traditional system schedulers, enablement of automation workflows with dependencies in the existing systems, running repetitive tasks in a complex application and environment. To overcome these challenges, we are using Automation Scheduler. The process is as follows. We configure or create a new workflow. Then we configure a scheduler where we define the basic details such as name, frequency, and actions associated to it. Further, the scheduler triggers the workflow. It invokes the configured workflow and executes it. It inserts the script and target details into the queue. Further, loads from the queue and executes the script from an execution service proxy. Post the completion of the execution, we can view the job history or execution history to check the status and the output of the execution. Let's take an example of scheduling network configuration backups on a weekly basis. We create a workflow and associated script. Then we configure an automation scheduler. Further, execution takes place, post which we can check the output in execution history. The basic intention here is to run the automation scheduler on a weekly basis and take network configuration backups. Let us see a quick process flow of the automation scheduler example. The network team needs to run an automation scheduler on a weekly basis to get the network configuration backup on a weekly basis. So how we can achieve that? This will be achieved by 4 simple steps. Write the script. Second, configure the workflow. A workflow comprises of conditions and actions. Then we configure the scheduler and define the name and basic details. Lastly, the configured scheduler invokes and executes the configured workflow internally when the defined conditions are met. Let's go through the demo. This is Symphony AI Summit application. Here, we will go to Service Automation or Orchestration. To create a scheduler, we will first have to create or view the workflow. We will go to the workflow list. We can create a new workflow, but here we are taking an existing workflow. The existing workflow is schedule network configuration. This existing workflow, when executed through service request, takes a lot of time and human intervention. So, to reduce this, we are running an automation scheduler. The workflow configuration goes like this. We provide a logical name, workflow category, and the type of trigger event here, which is scheduler. Now the script associated to it. The script details are as follows. Script name, script language, target type that is CI, proxy server host, host type, scheduling type will be one time. Then, we will click on Submit. The details are saved successfully. Now we will configure a new scheduler. So, this is the automation scheduler work screen. We will now configure a new scheduler. Provide a logical name. We provide the same name in the logical description. We will keep this as active as we want this scheduler to run. Click on Next. Now, here we will define the frequency of when the scheduler should run. Scheduler type one time if we want it to run one time. will provide date, start time, and time zone. But if we want it to be a repetitive activity, so we will mark it as recurring. Recurring is similar to scheduling a meeting invite. If you want the scheduler to run on a daily basis, then the frequency should be one time. We will provide start date, start time, time zone, occurrence after every 1 minute or 5 minutes. Then we will provide the detailed information. Similarly, here if we want to get the network configuration backup on a weekly basis. So, we will choose weekly start date, start time, schedule on Monday 8 a.m. And if we want to go with monthly, so we need to select month. And start date, so on every month on that particular date my scheduler will run on the defined date and time. Now, we will select weekly. Since our requirement is for weekly, we will provide start date. Start time will be 8 o'clock in the morning. Time zone will be Indian Standard Time. And day is Monday. On every Monday at 8 o'clock in the morning, scheduler will run. And end type we have selected never. We can provide date as well as after number of recurrences, but we have selected never. Click on next. Now, here we must provide the workflow or the action of the scheduler, so we will be taking an existing workflow, that is the scheduled network configuration. We have to provide an IP address or the parameter value. We will click on submit. Our information of scheduler is saved successfully. And here, we can see the network configuration backup scheduler is scheduled on weekly basis, and it will run. So now, if we want to stop a scheduler, then we can very well go inside that and click on this switch and make it inactive. So now, we can select the date, time, days, and we will submit the details. This will be updated accordingly, and my network configuration scheduler is marked as false, which is it is inactive. Now further to update or to reschedule it, we can go and mark it as active. Next, we want to change the date as 23rd. And we want to stop it on 25th. So I will submit. Our details are updated successfully. Then, the network configuration backup workflow gets kick-started on the scheduled date and time. Now if we want to check the logs for this particular scheduler having the workflow, we will go and check execution history. We will check the reference ID. This will give us the execution start date, end date, timing, the inputs used, and the output details. So here was a short demo on automation scheduler for service automation. Below are few benefits and values created by this feature for the customer. Save time and energy in information delivery through service automation. Eliminates tedious, repetitive, and manual tasks by scheduling the workflow automatically through service automation. Provides a wide range of scheduling options. No human intervention as the process is totally automated. Eliminates dependency on multiple tools and resource staff. Task prioritization, it aids in prioritizing tasks in accordance with business needs.